All right, so just put out the montage video of last year's Dolly Sods trip, and just to give some more background to that trip, it was really good. We came down day early, stayed at Seneca Rocks, took a little day hike that morning, got the car, drove to Red Creek Trailhead before we started our hike. And as you can see from the montage, man, it was wet. It just, as soon as we hit that parking lot, downpour, and we were hustling around trying to get all our stuff together, and it was just coming down. The next several hours, it was just raining, and in fact, the point where the trail was a creek, you could see sections of the trail, and we were like, is that trail? And no, it was a creek. No, it was a trail. So we got up on the ridgeline following the trail and ended up coming across some creek. As you saw, we came across some creek crossings that were just incredible. We're looking at the trail map. There's no creeks on the trail, on the map. So we're a little kind of curious what the heck was going on. Sure enough, all the rain, all that rain that they had, it was just washing out. So we had some tricky stream crossings, slowed us down a little bit, and we ended up getting into a situation where we got down to Red Creek and we're supposed to cross the creek, but it was up. It was way up from any videos I'd seen before or any pictures for people crossing. It was really high. Plus, it's about an hour till sunset. And we were like 2 miles away from where we wanted to camp, which is the Forks campsite. So we decided not to camp or not to cross. So we decided to go ahead and camp that night. So we stayed right on Red Creek, a little bit down, not too far off the creek. Kind of curious about whether or not it was going to be raising too much, so we actually set some cairns up right on the stream's edge to monitor the level of the water. We ended up running into some other guys, shared our campsite. Lo and behold, those guys were from the same area of Ohio we were from. So, you know, small world, 5.5 hours away, you share a campsite with some people that live 15 minutes away from you. But we ended up waking up next morning, looking at the trail map, coming up with plan B, went and looked at the stream, and had to be unanimous. Either we're all gonna cross or none of us were gonna cross. And as soon as the group decided, yeah, let's go ahead and cross, then I went ahead and stripped down, and man, I busted across our first one across the stream, and it was like 35 degrees and it was cold. Very chilly crossing that morning. So you see on the video, Captain almost takes a bail, almost falls in. Gets really lucky that he didn't. But we go ahead and pack up. As soon as you cross the creek, we were all pretty cold, but it's an uphill hike. So 15 minutes later, we were already shedding gear because we were too warm. But made it to Forks. Ended up having an early lunch there. It became a beautiful day. It was sunny, and it was fantastic. So hindsight, that would have been a good camp to camp at, but no. We crossed Forks Creek right there, headed up to Blackbird Knob, went ahead, hiked around Blackbird Knob and the Dobbins Grade area, which is really muddy, and headed up past Dobbins Grade. I can't remember the name of the trail, I'll put it down here, but we headed up, getting towards the end of the day, and that was just insanely muddy, just crazy mud. Got up on top, set up camp. It was wet, started raining a little bit more, got cold that night, and we ended up with one of our guys was a gear failure. His tent had delaminated, he didn't know it, rained that night, everything inside his tent was wet. So got up the next morning and he was cold, kind of had it, and we thought, you know, let's not push this too far. So we went ahead and cut our trip short. We decided instead of looping around the northwest corner and come back down around Lion's Head, which was our plan, we just stopped, decided to hike out to Bear Rocks. Even though we weren't parked there, we thought we can get out to Bear Rocks so people can get down the road. And lo and behold, we did not know how popular Dolly Sods was, because on the hike out, which was Saturday morning, everybody and their brother was coming in. Man, we passed hundreds of people hiking in. And oddly enough, on the way out, we grabbed a couple college kids, and they're carrying gear. They're not prepared at all. They didn't have anything to make a fire. They had spent the night. Not very good. Very, very dangerous, by the way. But they were parked at Bear Rocks. We said, hey, you give a couple of our guys a ride down to Red Creek, and so we get our cars. They're more than happy to give a couple guys down. So we hung out at Bear Rocks. A couple guys went down and got our cars. And long story short, Dolly Sods won, man. We were not happy that Dolly Sods beat us that weekend for that trek. So as we tend to do in DBT, we don't take failure very well. So we decided that we had to come back, and we're back. We're back at Dolly Sods this weekend. We this time I'm hiking up Fire Road 80. We parked down at the bottom, already dropped our gear up at the top of the road, and we got a pretty good crew here that's hiking up with us. Got 6 guys here this weekend for the DBT, and we decided to go ahead and hit the west side of the Sods. And right now our plan is to hike up to the northwest corner today, Friday, and go ahead and get down to Forks Camp either tonight or tomorrow, and then Lion's Head, and then back here. So this whole section we missed, although we have seen that section by Forks Camp. We're gonna see that again, but this whole section we missed, we are gonna hit. So DBT doesn't give up. Dolly Sods won. We're not gonna let you win again. But oddly enough, we were supposed to start this hike yesterday, and yesterday driving here, it was thunderstorms the entire way. I think 2 inches of rain is what they got. It's insane. Not only that, as you can see from the ground covering, temperature went from 70 degrees yesterday to overnight. It's like 25 degrees right now. So I think it was a smart call on our part not to start our hike yesterday in 2 inches of rain. And so we're gonna be a day shorter. Last time we took a day off the end. This time purposely we took a day off the beginning, but lucky for us, the next 2 days are supposed to be phenomenal. Highs in the 30s, lows maybe in the teens. High winds though, so wind chill's gonna kick in. We expect wind chills down to low teens at night in some areas, but we're prepared, we're ready for it, and looking forward to catching the Sods and getting us all in. So thanks for watching. I'll post this video, then we're gonna post a summary video of our upcoming Sods trip, which is imminently gonna start. If you haven't already, please like, please subscribe. We love doing this stuff, and love adding the videos to our litany of activities that we do for DBT. So thanks again, see you soon.